Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our little corner of YouTube. For those of you who are, those of you who are like me and like a little bit of adventure from time to time, you've come to the right place. I have a pretty good one for you, I do believe, anyway, I think. I will be, before I get into that, I am on top of a mountain in eastern Kentucky, far eastern Kentucky, with a bunch of little gnats, and had to go into four-wheel drive, had to use four-wheel drive to get up here, but we are here now, and I'm at the dead end of a little trail here. This kind of loops and goes back out, and I'm going to do me a little bit of boondocking. It'll set me up a nice little, set me up a little house. You know how it is. I didn't, those of you who, Hurricane Helene, whatever, she just passed through here, and the little tentacles, that sort of thing, they're still in the area, and we are expecting some rain later this evening and all night long. And I've got a little bit of a gap where, semi-clear skies. So I've got a little bit of a gap where I could get up here and get set up before the rain starts again. Now, if you've been watching the channel, some of you know I have been known to, I guess some people would call it glamping, get set up and, bring everything, including the kitchen sink. Well, I didn't even bring a tent this time. I didn't bring a tent at all. All I've got is my old truck and a tarp, and that's all I brought. Didn't bring anything else, but that should be more than sufficient. I've got a nice hard shell. I've got a little bit of shelter. I want to hang out. But anyway, my point is I will be 100% totally roughing it this trip. Now, with that being said, I figure I'll set the big screen TV right about here. Because you're roughing it, It's roughing it. You got to have a big screen TV if you're going to rough it. Everybody knows that. Actually, what I'm going to do, y'all know how cell service is line of sight, right? If you're down in a valley, if you're in a tunnel, if you're underground, you can forget it. You're not going to get a cell service. You're not going to get a cell signal. There is no cell signal here for a long ways in all directions, with one exception. This spot. It's way up on top of a mountain and has a really good line of sight. As you can see, there's mountains off in the distance, and you can't see them right now this time of year for all the leaves, but trust me, there's mountains off in the distance all the way around me. Well, guys, what y'all think? I got the TV hooked up. Excuse me, frog in my throat there. Could be one of these stink bugs or something too. Anyway, got my TV hooked up, and as you can see, I've got my phone right here. I've got the Wi-Fi hotspot turned on. Batteries, GoPro batteries charging. Back here, I've got my battery. I've got the battery that the Power Queen sent us to do a review on. And, if y'all seen that video, you've seen this. It's about its little tricks. It's got a bunch of them. But anyway, it's a 100 amp hour battery. And I've got my little inverter hooked up to it. Got another 12 volt port if I need it, but I don't think I'll need it. I've got, little USB things over there if I need them. But anyway, I've got my TV hooked up and it's working just fine. I was just streaming to test it out. One of our videos. And I can't get in trouble for streaming my own video. You can't get a copyright strike for streaming your own stuff. You know what I mean? That's cool, ain't it? I've got, hang on, mute it, pause it, I've got Hulu, I've got access to everything that I have at home. YouTube, I've got You name it. Pandora, everything in the world. Full access. Check that out. Works great. It's working great. I've got between 2 and 3 bars on the phone, but it seems to be working really well. But I've got my bed set up. Got a sleeping mat underneath there, and then I got a sleeping bag on it, and then the one that I'll be using, the sleeping bag that I'll be using. Let's see. Got me a little entertainment area set up. Got something else to show you in a second too. For when it starts raining, I've got me a nice little area set up. Got my lights up. Little fire pit ready for later. Also got somebody I want to introduce y'all to. Yeah, it's probably the skeleton sitting there in the chair, most likely. I mean, you know, I don't see anybody else. Beautiful up here, isn't it? Anyway, those of you who maybe, you know, followed us from our trail guide days may remember Mr. Boney. He rode with me for years, every Halloween season. He would ride with me, and there was even one year he put on a Santa suit, claimed to be named Kringle, and rode with me all the way till January one year. He's got thousands of trail miles. That, believe it or not, that little plastic skeleton probably has more trail miles than your average trail rider, your average real one. He's got a lot. He's been on a lot of rides with me. And he and I, we went last year to Lowe's to check out the new Halloween decorations, because, you know, he's a professional Halloween decoration. You know, who better to take than another Halloween decoration to look at a Halloween decoration. So he and I went to Lowe's. Anyway, all right, we'll quit goofing off. I just wanted to bring him. It's Halloween, and why not? Why not? I'm not sure if having, you know, a TV and power and, you know, a plastic skeleton still qualifies as roughing it or not. I really don't know, to be honest. I'll let y'all decide. Is this roughing it, or am I glamping still? Y'all decide. Whatever. We'll go with whatever y'all think. I'm having a lot of fun either way. So if it's glamping, we'll go glamping. If it's roughing it, we'll rough it. Whatever it is, it's so far it's a little bit of fun. And once the rain gets started, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I am just now getting set up. I've got my lanterns up for later. Got my overhead light. I'll be fixing a really nice beef stir fry for dinner. So I'll be having me a really nice dinner up here on top of this mountain, watching the rain. And this will be my yard for the next little while. Now that sounds like a little bit of fun. I mean, you know, I guess to people who like videos like this, that sounds like a lot of fun. To people who don't like videos like this, it probably sounds like torture. You know, top of a mountain in a rain with nothing but a pickup truck and a tarp. Yeah, I can see where some people might not care for that too much, but I like it. I like it a lot. Thought about bringing the big tent. I was going to do a riverbank one. Went down, cleared a spot out by the river, beautiful spot, and we got the hurricane came through, and it ran into another storm when it got near. Well, y'all know, you saw the weather, but you know, it's just been pouring rain. And yesterday, I was out in the car yesterday, and there were just sticks in the road everywhere, branches, trees, you know, mud. It's pretty. You don't want to be down in the valleys today, I'll put it that way. You don't want to be down in the low valleys. So the river's up, I think I actually looked at the NOAA projection. I keep an eye on the tug, but anyway, it's supposed to be 11.2 feet above normal. So that kind of lets out my camp spot's not flooded, but the trail getting to it most likely is. So that's okay. We got a real good plan B. This is plan B right here. I'm liking plan B so far. So does Mr. Boney. He likes it too. He don't talk much. He don't have really a whole lot to say. But yeah, I'll say one thing about him. In all the years that he's went with me trail riding, I have never gotten lost once due to his poor navigational skills. Never. Not once has he ever gotten me lost. And we got I just had to think about something. We call it, he comes out from Aruba. He spends, the winters and summers in Aruba, and he only comes out comes back home during the Halloween season to ride with me trail riding. And the shed out behind the house, that joke is 5 years old. That's how old the skeleton is, how many miles this thing has got. That joke about him going to Aruba, the shed behind the house, is the stinking joke is 5 years old. Like, tell me how long you've owned your plastic skeleton without telling me how long you've owned your plastic skeleton. Okay, that joke is 5 years old. Wasn't that funny then? Maybe I should let it die. Alright, I believe I'm going to kick back for a little while now that I've got everything set up. And we are in enjoyment mode. I'll be honest, when I was putting that tarp up, putting my canopy up, it got a little bit sunny for a while. When you know it, right when you're doing the work part, is when the sun beats down on you. Check this out, guys. I'm just hanging out, watching Ice Age. Now, I was just sitting there a little while ago, a few minutes ago, just sitting around watching TV, just hanging out, relaxing. Heard a side-by-side coming up here on top of the mountain. Turns out it was trail riders that I had taken out trail riding back in the day when I was a guide. And he said, as soon as we rounded the curve, he said, as soon as we topped the hill and saw a truck sitting out there in the middle of nowhere, said, I knew it had to be Leo. He said, we were just talking about you earlier today. Anyway, I just thought that was cool, out in the middle of nowhere, top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere in eastern Kentucky, you know what I'm saying, on top of a mountain, and somebody roll up, hey Leo. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we're getting ready here in a minute. Just about the time the rain's on its way. Let's check that real quick, see what that says. Refresh that. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. It looks like it should be raining at least a little bit here very shortly. So, I guess that means it's about time to get dinner going. And I've got some, hang on, some stir-fry steak. And got some veggies. Got my, it's called a Fire Maple Saturn little stove there. And they sent us that last winter, I believe, to do a review on. And really nice little stove, handy for out here. So that's what I'm going to use. But I'll give y'all the grand tour. Give you the tour. This is, as you can see, this is the entertainment center, entertainment area. That's the living room. The den, of course. Over here is the kitchen. Pantry, refrigerator, also pantry, refrigerator, bedroom, all that. We're all set in there. Now this, everything this way, hang on, everything that way, that way, out through there, back that way. All of that is the bathroom. And right on cue, a little bit of a drizzle going. We got rain. Got a little bit of wind too. And there's Heather. I just sent her a picture. She just said, uh-oh. Moved my lanterns, my two little ones, there and there. I figured they'd probably be fine out here in the rain, hanging in the corners, but it should work just as well back there and not in the rain. Now, hopefully the wind don't tear anything up. And I've got, what, 4, 6? I've got 6 straps on it. There's a little gust there. How'd it do? So far, so good. So far, so good. We're just getting started, though, ain't we? Just now started to rain. I can see it falling. Move Mr. Boney in. If nothing else, keep the seats dry, you know? You never know when you might need that seat back. Sorry, Mr. Boney. But we'll keep everything as dry as possible, the stuff that we need. I got a door open over here. Okay, we are ready. My little abode for the day. Welcome to my house as the rain begins. Kind of cold now, that rain. Not cold, but you know, cool. Definitely not warm. Alright, let me get back under here. I've got some stuff with me. I've got a hoodie and I've got my rain suit if I need it, and some coveralls too if I need them. But I don't think we will. It's only supposed to be in the 60s tonight. So we'll see how things go. We'll see it. So far so good. So far so good. Alright. And keep tabs on dinner. We just started. I've got onions, bell peppers, and some broccoli. And so far just some cracked black pepper. That's all I've got in it so far. Can't find my salt. I'm sure it's in the tote somewhere, but you know, we'll dig it out later. Alright, we'll crank that up, let that simmer for a while. Throw the meat in the middle. Good thing about it, the heat's right in the middle, so you can move stuff around. And if you need the meat brown, you can put it in the middle and put the veggies around the edges. And works real good. Alright, here we go. Train is leaving the station, ain't it? Look at them clouds. Wow. It looks like it's gonna come a good one, don't it? This is spectacular. I don't know if the camera's catching that view or not. The clouds just look flat. Just infinity. You know, just flat out there to infinity, and just a light hazy mist and the rain underneath it. That is really pretty. Hopefully, we'll see how we turn water. I'm thinking I might have to pull those 2 center ones later if it rains hard. Make a V so water can run down that way, and then just lash the strings to make it tight. So I think that ought to work if it gets really bad rain, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, won't we? Alright, I better get back to paying attention to my dinner, or I'm going to mess something up, ain't I? we're getting there. It looks good, doesn't it? It'll heat up for a minute and get hot and simmer real good. Then the breeze will come by and it'll cool down. And then another heat up again, another breeze. Had to take the top of the toolbox and put me a little windbreak up to help a little bit at least. But we're getting there. That's alright. We got all night long. I'm in no big rush. Looking good though, isn't it? Smells good already. So far all I've got is pepper in it. I haven't dug the salt out yet. I'll get it eventually. We're doing good so far. The rain seems to have stopped. We seem to be turning water pretty good. Mr. Boney's seat got a little bit wet, so I'll have to be careful with that. Don't want to get the seats wet, you know what I mean? You get your seat wet, you got nowhere to sit down now. But we're doing good. Like I said, I had to move some stuff in underneath the canopy when the rain started, but we're doing fine. Check that out. Mother Nature threatening me or what? Look how dark it is out through there. So far so good though, no problems. We're doing great. Thought I'd show you all those clouds. Look how dark. And even if it don't rain, it looks intimidating enough, don't it? It's slow. I'm hungry and it's cooking slow. So I'm not real pleased about that. I'm sure dinner's ready. Look at that. That'll work, won't it? Alright, fine, stay there. We'll let it cool just a little bit. Take that off to here. Heat's off, but that thing still stays hot for a while. I've learned the hard way, don't grab that thing. Get on there. There. Okay, alrighty, I'll be right back, guys. Make me a plate, get my movie started. Okay, I got my movie loaded back up right where I was at. 57 minutes in, I got 37 minutes to go. About to get dark on me. Went ahead and turned the little lanterns on. I don't have the big one on just yet. Right there. That one's a regular light bulb. Since I got 110, why not? You know, just run a regular light bulb a little bit later. But guess what? We're ready for a sample. Little bite first. What do you think? Not bad. Not bad. Now, make him swim in it. Look at that. Okay, y'all, that's much better. That's much better. Let's see. That's not bad. Good job, Heather. Speaking of, Heather said since she couldn't be here, take a bite for her. So Heather, this bite's for you, honey. How was it? I saved her some. I've got her some right there. We brought a little Tupperware thing. So I can put it, save her a few bites, save her a little bit, put it on some ice till I get back home. Probably head out, I don't know, pretty early in the morning, 10, 11, something like that. We'll just see. Depends on the rain. Depends on what the weather's doing. Kind of play it by ear. Why not? A movie theater up here on top of the mountain, middle of nowhere. It's a cool thing about these little sweet spots, you know. You can do stuff like that. I'm not sure. Am I primitive camping now, or glamping, or I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm primitive camping here, I'm pretty sure. That and a few other things that shall remain nameless may not be really necessary, but they're here anyway. This is fun. It's not work. At least I think so anyway. I hope you do too. If you're watching this, I guess you probably do too. You probably think stuff like this is fun too. Alright. Well, it's good and dark now. I'm just kind of hanging around watching Independence Day. And got me a little fire going. Nothing big, just a token, you know. You know how it is. Hang on. You know how it is. You have to have a campfire if you're going camping, right? Don't look too bad. TV. Huh? As you can see, it's been raining on and off 2 or 3 times. Nothing dramatic though, just a little light stuff. Nothing too dramatic. But everything's going well. Dinner was really good. Got my plates all cleaned up. You know, all my dinner stuff and dinner put away. Let's see. You know, I need to leave that out or heat up coffee in the morning. Yeah, we'll need that. I'll put all this stuff away here in a minute and get situated. What time is it getting to be anyway? I'm guessing around 8:11. Good guess. That'll work. Anyway, check it out. Best seats in the house. It's the only seat in the house too. It's also the worst seat in the house. But I like it. It's pretty comfy. You know, I've got plenty light. I can see with just one of those on. I turned all 3 on for the camera. You know, GoPros don't do real good in low light. So I went ahead and turned all 3 on. It's not that cold. It's not exactly freezing out here or anything. It's pretty nice actually. Got my hoodie on. You know, sleeves. It's kind of damp. But other than that, everything is going really well. It's very nice, very relaxing. Let's see if we can. Absolutely nothing that looks like a star. I bet the mountains will be foggy in the morning. After that rain, I bet it'll be nice and foggy in the morning. Should be real nice. Long movie. Still got, what? How much was it? Still got 31 minutes and 51 seconds. Here, hang on. Just happened to think. That's better. Still got 31 minutes and 50 seconds. What's up, little dude? Look here. He's gonna get ya. Say hi to my little friend there, buddy. Let's let him go. Go be free and eat grass or something. Watch him. He came right back to me. Look at that. He came back. They say if you let something go and it comes back, it loves you. That's what they say. He must love me. All right, let's try this way. If you come back now, I'm going to name you and keep you and, you know, take you home, fix you up a little place to live. Huh. He came back to the truck. All right, we'll just assume he likes the light and, you know, isn't actually wanting me to take him home and, you know, put him in the bed or something. Make him a bed cricket. Well, katydids, what we used to call them little green things. He's still sitting right there. We used to call them katydids when I was little. There's some rain nearby. Let's get this over here where I can do something. Gotta snap my rug every now and then. Get rid of the dirt. Trying not to track it in. Let's see. It's just to the north of me. We beat the aliens, y'all. We won. Surprise. Almost like we win every time in this movie. Seems like, I don't know, this seems like, I don't know, aliens got that kind of technology. It'd be kind of tricky to take them out. You know what I mean? You'd think that, y'all seen this movie where the dude flies up into the bottom of it when they're getting ready to shoot and detonates their weapon? You would think they would know that they have that weakness. You know what I mean? You would think they would know that their ship will blow up if, you know, that guy gets in there and, you know, hits it just at that right time. You would think they would know that. Nope. Nope. Alright, let's see. There we go. Here we go out a little bit. A little muddy right there. A little mud hole. Pretty dark out now. Pretty dark. Fire's getting low. I've used 2 pieces. That's the last part of the second log. But it's nice to have, you know, nice to have a little fire around. You can warm your hands up if you want to, which is not cold. But if you wanted to do it, you can. It's okay. We don't judge. Well, it's about midnight. Now, I was watching K-19 Widowmaker was what I finally settled on. And I watched quite a bit of that. But I am getting just a little bit on the tired side. So I do believe I'm going to mosey on in. I'm going to put my TV back there. Battery here. Run the cable over that. And that should, I'll be able to watch TV from bed. Why not? It's, you know, it's right there. All you gotta do is move it. And you're laying in bed now with snacks and drinks and junk watching TV. It's like very dark out. It's extra dark. Extra dark. With a side of black. Hang on, this is to my right. That's directly behind me. That's to the left. And over here's this, where the truck is the only little speck of light anywhere. I mean, it is ridiculously black. Fire's pretty much gone, so we're good there. And I guess swap out shoes real quick and move some stuff around, and we will be ready. So I'll be. Good morning. Little after 7. I woke to the sound of rain. Figured I'd better pop the hatch and make sure we're shedding water good off the tarp. So far so good. It's got a little dip right here to make a little gutter, and it seems to be running out well. No problems. I'm just kind of hanging out in bed. Good morning. Good morning, Heather. I hope you slept well. Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all slept well too. Yeah. It's pretty messy out there. Look at that. Hang on. Hang on. Get up out of my comfy bed. Well, we seem to be dripping okay. Ground's getting pretty wet though. I was just looking. I looked down. When I roll out of here, I got one dry spot right there. The rest is wet. It's all right. I got rubber shoes. I was expecting rain. We got rubber shoes. Very pretty though. Very nice out. Let's see what the mountains. Yeah, they're pretty misty out, isn't it? Pretty hazy. Hey, it's foggy down in the valleys too. Alright, I want to hang out, just lounge, relax, watch the rain for a little while, and just enjoy it, you know? Not every day you get to do something like this. Of course, I would imagine a lot of people probably wouldn't want to do something like this, but I do. I think it's fun. Getting pretty muddy. Very hazy looking, ain't it? Alright, let's get my other shoes on. Nah, let's lounge a little bit. Let's just lay in a bed for a while. It's raining now. Come a good one. Very misty out. Tarp seems to be working well though. We're turning water, that's the main thing, ain't it? A dry place to hang out and watch the rain. Very, very nice. Got a little gap hopefully later. I was looking at the radar. It's pretty big, but there's a little gap, looks like between 11 and 12. So I'll have to wait until then and keep an eye on the radar and just real quick load up and get gone when I get a gap in the rain. So I got my rain suit. I could load up in the rain, but you know, nah. We'll avoid that if we can help it. And you know, we're camping. We're not in a real big hurry. That's kind of the point of camping, I think. You know, you're in a big hurry, not in a big hurry to do anything. So yeah, we'll hang out and let some of the rain pass before we start to pack up later. Look there. It gets a big dip in it and then starts draining. That's how it was doing this morning when I got up. had this big dip and a big V right there and was draining water. Well, running off like a gutter. Look at that. That just filled up just in the time it took me to talk. Want a minute. Filled back up. Wow. Not too cold. It's I'm gonna say mid-60s, something like that. Hoodie weather. Nothing dramatic. It's not real cold or anything. Not too windy either, I would imagine. You know, a cold 60-degree wet wind. Not good. You can't see any of the other mountains. Alright, let's have some coffee. See y'all in a little while. Well, it's coming up on 9 o'clock. I think 8:50 something, I believe. When I just looked a minute ago. I have been just absolutely loving this morning. I mean, just look at this. Just the mist floating around and all that stuff. It's really nice out here. You know, crickets and very peaceful, very quiet. You know, some campers, you know, they like to have something going on all the time. You know, something to play with, something to do. You know, get bored going camping. No. No. I can keep myself company pretty good, you know. My thoughts, you know how it is. You just in your own little world. Let me refresh that. Oh yeah. Can y'all see that? Here it comes. And watch this, the way it does. It trails that way. It doesn't go across this way. It's going that way. Oh, I was thinking, since we've got a moment in between, I thought we might take a little early morning fog walk. Yeah. And you can't see the views. There's a view there. There's several views here, but you can't see them today. You can't see very far at all today. Let's see. That tree right there is probably 50 foot. I'd say about double that distance is pretty. That might be about 75 feet. So we'll say 150 feet, give or take. Actually, yeah, we'll go down here and use the truck, use camp as a reference. Very wet out here. You can walk through it, you know, if you got, you know, cloth. I'm wearing this mechanics coveralls. My tent don't have walls. So I needed something. It's just a thin mechanics coveralls. Mostly just to keep grease off of you, really. But it keeps wind off pretty good. Military surplus, guys. I think I gave like $12 for these things. Ooh, look at that. I have to drive through this, by the way. I drove through this coming up. Right here, you have to wiggle over to this side because of that branch right there. So I got a machete. Come think of it, I got a machete and a hatchet with me. Machete and 2 hatchets, matter of fact. All right. I've got rubber shoes on, so I can't get my feet wet, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I still don't want to work up a whole bunch of mud, you know, and then track great big gobs of mud back under my canopy. Trying to keep it, you know, keep it nice. Look at that fog. A little clear spot. Huh. No fog here in this one little pocket. It probably has something to do with the tree line, I suppose. Just this one little spot, 100, 150, 200 yards. It's over there. And down that way too. You can barely see those trees. And this has disappeared now. Just that one spot. I heard something. Birds over there. Must have startled them talking. Trying to stay in the middle. Walk in the grass. It's not as slippery as getting in the mud. It's gonna be fun getting out of here, isn't it? This big puppy right here wasn't here when I came in. This obstacle wasn't here when I came in. It's alright, I can come through here though. I got 4-wheel drive. Couldn't tell if it was a doe or a buck, but it was on that trail right there and jumped off. Right there and jumped back into the woods and took off. Alright, I'm gonna get my camera. I'm back at camp and went down and got me a whole bunch of really good pictures. So, yeah. Can't claim to be a videographer, YouTuber, Facebooker, whatever, and not get good pictures. No, we had to go back and do that. Right now, I'm just going to heat me up enough coffee, fill my thermos up. That should last me a while. And get started breaking everything down. I got to take the bed down, the cot, all that stuff, drag the TV out, and get a lot of it goes back in the back of the truck. Some does. Anything muddy, like our little buddy here, I'll just put him back here somewhere out of the way. About time though, isn't it? It'll clean your shoes. Alright, coffee's got to be hot by now. I don't want to get it too hot. Can't drink it. Put it in that thermos and it'll be, can't drink it all day. Now it's about time to put our little friend up. I'm almost packed. I've got most of the stuff, the stuff in the back packed away and all that stuff. And check this out. I almost made it. I almost got out on time. It's 10 o'clock. Oh well. Let's take the camo coveralls off and put the rain gear on. And all I've got left now is the tarp and a little fire pit. And that is all that's left. But the tarp, I'm just going to kind of roll it up more or less. Snap it real fast. And I moved my rug. Now I'll just put all the wet stuff over on this side and put it in the carport, drag it all out when I get home. So we'll deal with that, make it up as you go, right? But this has certainly been fun. We ready. We can get out in the rain and do stuff now. What rain? Very drippy out here though. I'll say that. It's a little bit drippy, y'all. Alright, let's pull this puppy down, get loaded up, and hit the trail. I want to show y'all this trail going back down. This is going to be interesting. Alright, we packed up, loaded. Let me double check. Got everything cleaned up. Oh, what am I doing? I still got my cables. Ha! Good thing I did look. There's one. 2, 3. There's 4. Oh, 4. Put it right there. And put that wet tarp, I just threw it in there. Get in there. Alright, we are ready to head down. I want to show y'all this trail. Check this out. You ready, Mr. Boney? You ready, dude? He's been sitting there pretty quiet. Ain't really said much this trip. We're already in 4-wheel drive. Now the main trail is pretty bad, but this little section here is real interesting. Guess it might help if I turn my wipers on for a second till I get to the trees. Here's the interesting one, the big mud puddle. Now we ain't gonna play with him. We're just gonna chew around it and move on steady. Another little tunnel of trees. Oh crap, I should have turned the wipers off. When them catch a tree limb, it tore it off, wouldn't it? I've got some rocks here. Now going down the other trail, I've got a lot of really bad rocks there. Pushed my mirror in, didn't even notice it. Didn't even notice that. And we're back out onto the main trail. From here, it's just rock crawls, guys. Got it made now. Alright, I'm out of here, folks. Thank y'all for coming along. I hope you enjoyed our little trip. Doing a little bit of, I started to say tent camping, but I guess we didn't have a tent, did we? So I guess, you know, truck camping, tarp camping, but whatever it is. Hope you enjoyed it, whatever it was. Alright guys, from myself, Heather, and Mr. Boney, very much appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a really good, wait, what? He said he would like y'all to subscribe and like and share. What? He said do it for Mr. Boney. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a really good day and try not to get rained on too much. We'll see you the next trip out. And I guess that's it. Leo out.